There's sometimes when it will be asked for. Now, you've heard wonderful, powerful, strong women. I want to invite our first male speaker of tonight. We've got Enoch by way of Defending Utah. Welcome him to the stage.
Well, I'm grateful for the organizers of this event. They've been doing a lot of work. So back to the organizers of this event. They came to Defending Utah after having had this experience with the County Commission of Utah County. And a lot of you here probably had some similar experiences with them. They were trying their best to hold their elected officials accountable to the law that they've sworn to uphold. Yet despite this, they were met with disdain from grown men that were elected to office playing games with our precious rights.
Shameful. That is so shameful. That's disgusting.
So I'm going to read their formal list of grievances as they tried to do what they would normally tell us, right? You say you don't like what's going on, raise your voice, attend a meeting. But yet they make it difficult because they really don't want you to hold them accountable. So their grievances are as follows.
We could start a petition against Tyranny.
You could do that, that'd be great.
What's it called?
So a weak attempt at best to petition for their right to not wear a mask, and then pulling out of it. Infringing on their First Amendment right to assemble at a public meeting, Tanner Ainge and Nathan Ivey canceled the meeting as soon as it started. We have plenty of witnesses for that one. The three commissioners never produced a rescheduled meeting which was promised to the public. The reason given was that one or two of the superintendents were uncomfortable attending. The sheriff made multiple attempts to remove individuals under the false pretense that it was a private meeting. There were several meetings, so these were follow-up meetings as well. The legal counsel of the county commission claimed to read bylaws that justified turning an in-person public meeting into a Zoom meeting, and then conveniently technical difficulties cut off the live feed twice in two different meetings. For a second time, the promised in-person meeting was thwarted, again where they would only allow the public in through Zoom. And in fact, that is what they are about to do again tonight at another location where they took the mask item off the agenda. And I think I heard somebody else, this list probably is a lot bigger.
Let's go through that meeting.
So many people here agree that defending the U.S. Constitution is a sacred duty. So let's talk about that for a little bit, so we can be more confident in our stand for the Constitution. Wearing a mask is a medical decision. Nobody has the right to tell you to wear a mask. Is the law on our side? What is the law? The federal and state constitutions tell us who can write law. The health department, anywhere, any of the health departments cannot write law. The governor cannot write law. A school board cannot write law. None of these parties have the power to take away your right to choose your own medical treatment. Only a legislative body can write law, and even then, those laws must be within the limits of enumerated powers of the applicable constitutions, or they are not a law. The 10th Amendment, the crowning jewel of the Bill of Rights, stated, anything that we didn't tell you, any power we didn't give you specifically, that power remains with the people. All these so-called mandates, they're just intimidations. When you see mandate, just think intimidation. They're intimidating you because they are literally pretending that it's the law. It's only our ignorance to what the law is that allows so many of we the people to behave as if it were law. And it's actually a federal crime for government agents to pretend that something is the law when it's really not. I'm going to read from this resolution on this subject. We actually have some individuals that can give you a copy of this if you like what I'm reading. This is from the Utah Central Committee, a committee of safety organized in the tradition of the Founding Fathers under our right to peaceably assemble. It has been and always will be illegal for government to mandate medical treatment or testing of any kind under any circumstances on any individual or their dependents, even if there is a legislation that claims to have created that power. No government may take away the right of an individual to make their own medical decisions or the right of a parent or guardian to make medical decisions for a child. The medical principle of informed consent is sacred among health practitioners who value their rights of their patients. Informed consent is aligned with the constitutional principle of the right to life, conscience, and liberty. The U.S. Constitution states no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Liberty includes the right to choose your own medical treatment, including wearing a mask. The Utah State Constitution also enumerates this right to liberty in Article 1, Section 1. The 9th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution is inclusive of the right to choose your own medical treatment, while the 10th Amendment states that this power remains with the people. Be very clear, any act of ignoring unconstitutional rules is upholding the law of the land. You are the law follower, while those who push these rules are the law breakers. So if we look again at Title 18, Section 242 of the U.S. Code, is one of the constitutionally valid laws passed by Congress. It is a crime to pretend something is the law, and especially to give consequences for a fake law, like threatening to fine or shut down a business. It's time for someone to start arresting the health department for acting under the color of law. Anyone acting under the color of law violating their oath. So to the parents and students for a minute who are concerned about the schools, if you can pull your kids out, that's the best option, the government schools. However, it's not possible for a lot of people. Every situation is different. If you can't pull your kids out of government schools, the children need to know that they're living in a different world with a different mindset. Refuse all testing. Refuse to get your temperature taken. Refuse to wear a mask of any kind. Refuse anything that can be classified as medical treatment that they did not consent to. Teach your children not to consent because they are following the law when they don't consent. and make sure they have like-minded friends at school. Because they will try to turn the children against the parents. Consider teaching them how to document with video violations of their rights in the government schools. Live free. Do whatever you would normally do, knowing that you have your rights. Do not accept any of these unconstitutional rules. So as my final call to action, I'd like to invite you. Defending Utah has membership. If you want to get more active, we have activist teams across the state. Go to our website, defendingutah.org, and consider becoming a member and joining a team. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it one more time. Big thank you to Enoch from Defending Utah.